Wednesday, June 24th, 2020. Good morning from Europe, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, guys. It's my pleasure to be with you, Piotr here. This is Light Forex Global YouTube channel, and this is the pre-London open market update. So, without the further ado, let's have a look what happened within the last 24 hours. Hi guys, quite interesting day yesterday. Ups, downs again, mostly because of the Navarro story. That's what we are going to discuss. But first thing first, during the Tokyo hours, we had RBNZ rate decision. No change to the rates, no change to the quantity easing QE. Okay. And the market expectations are that there is a possibility of the extension of the QE in August. And Australian dollar, we've seen lately a little bit of the weakness. That's what we are going to discuss when we get back into the charts. All right. Now, Navarro story. The first part about the US-China trade deal. It's over story, right? That's what we know, that's what we discussed yesterday for the whole day. During the late hours of yesterday, there was a response from the Chinese officials that the deal is over, and then his explanation into that made enough damage, right? That's what I told you before, that the explanation was even worse in my opinion, but okay. Anyway, officials respond into that. Then, during the Tokyo hours, New York Times, an unnamed person, I love it, unnamed person behind the scene. I love this because it's, you know, one big BS, of course, right? But anyway, based on the information from that unnamed person, US is expecting huge increase when it comes to the China import from the US. Dramatic improvement. Unfortunately, we have to end with the sad story. We have to get back to COVID-19. US hospitalization surge to record highs each day. Unfortunately, that's not good news, and we've seen yesterday the numbers were again higher. Mnuchin, based on the numbers, Secretary of Treasury Mnuchin, another stimulus possible already in July. And Kudlow yesterday said there is no way we are going to make the second lockdown. Well, the future will tell us. Anyway, guys, let's get back and see what we have on the few charts. Alright, guys, how do you like my new hairstyle? Hopefully everything is alright. I like it very much. Anyway, well, the second part after the RBNZ about the Navarro story, about this unnamed person. I love it. I really love it. People familiar with the matter, source, unnamed source. People don't want to be named, and this stuff. Oh, I love it. I love it, and Algo loves it as well. Anyway, RBNZ, no change to QE, no change to interest, possibility of the expansion of the QE in August, right? And then let's start with the Australian dollar chart. Let's start with the neighbor, with the Aussie Kiwi chart, right? We've seen lately huge rejection, then for the last few days a consolidation between 107, 105, 50, something like this, and today we have attempt to break higher post RBNZ. Right now Of course, I'm gonna be very cautious here, not gonna chase anything. Eventually, I'm going to look for a break, retest, and then continuation higher eventually, right? To the upside, what we are talking when it comes to the possible upside targets on the Aussie US Aussie Kiwi. I think this 820, 840 right levels compared to the left side and latest high. This type of the over under here is possible. So the sellers, in my opinion, around 108.25, 108.40, and that's what I'm gonna to look for in case we are going to see some kind of the dramatic move. A little bit of the fading somewhere here could be eventually in place, only and only if we are going to go straight, right? When it comes to the possible support around 550, market was trying to look for some deeper retracement few times, and it didn't materialize, right? So as I mentioned, in case we are going to see confirmed breakout, meaning that we are going to close the day above, I'm going to look for a retest of this RBNZ levels around 106.70, 106.60 as a eventually opportunity to try to buy it. New Zealand dollar versus American dollar, so the Kiwi here, and to be honest with you, after latest rally, so Kiwi was so strong lately, we are trying to consolidate, and I'm not gonna be surprised if it's going to take some more time. Now, the crucial here in my opinion is this high wave candle and levels close to this high wave candle, right? And level close to 64 and 62.30. I'm not gonna take into the consideration the upper shadow was in relation to this supply, which lately been taken out, right? So I'm looking for bodies here. So in that case, the bottom of the latest consolidation, right? A bit of shy below 64, let's say 63.80, and upside 65.80. So we are talking about the 3% range for now, and looks like based on what we have here and here, they're going to be attempt to go higher, right? To try to fight with levels close to 66, 85, 67. As you can see, plenty of levels related to the monthly chart. Plus this falling trend line, right? So that's how I see the thing. So looking for a pullback, looking for a buying opportunity as long as we are above 64, 63.80 based on a daily close. If that's the case, we should see some buying going on around 64.50 as a mid-range of that consolidation, and then of course the bottom. So let's switch lower here. Let's have a look what we have. There was some kind of the stop count, another wave of the stop count. All in all, 64.40, 64.30 from the intraday chart perspective. That could be the name of the game for the bulls to try to push the price higher. The first intraday target around 65.70, 65.80, as I mentioned before, top of that range, and then from the daily chart, the discussed second ago. So Kiwi dollar on the radar, and the last one here, Euro Kiwi. Attempt to break the falling trend line. Let's have a look what we are going to get here. Plenty of supply around 70, 75, 50, 70, 76. So what I would like to see, I would like to see higher levels here, retest, and eventually going higher. So in both cases, Euro, Kiwi, and I'm sorry, in the case of Euro, Kiwi, still possible lower levels, same as with NZD USD, right? And we need the break on the Euro Kiwi above 75.50, 76, holding that level. That could provide the opportunity to see weaken New Zealand dollar. So plenty to trade in the coming days on the Kiwi side. I'm going to monitor those three crosses. Let's switch to the yesterday rumor. I'm talking about the dollar yen during the afternoon update. We were talking about the rumors that Softbank is going to convert 17 billions of USD to Japanese yen after the close. Well, the rumor sent dollar yen lower, as low as almost 106, right? And then towards the end of the day, some profit taking done the round. Hot money took the profit towards the end of the day. And guys, today it's completely different story, right? Rumors gone, and well, we have to start to watch what is going on with the dollar yen, because as we discussed, this 106 from the daily chart perspective was quite important. Why? Because it was the latest possible demand zone based on the rally, right? Now, so the first test and the bulls passed the exam, right? Because we are holding that level. Now, well, the bears can argue, well, we didn't start yet, we wanna do 1-to-1. So if we are going to take into the consideration 110, 106.50, so 350 pips to the downside from 107.50, right? So much lower levels are possible, and we are talking about the levels close to 104, and finishing this business when it comes to the swing low could be in place. So because of the combination when it comes to the intraday chart yesterday, because of this combination and the break to the downside from that consolidation, that was the failure to the upside, right? And then huge move to the downside. I do expect eventually retest of 107 and continuation to the downside, and I'm going to target levels close to 104.20, 104 based on what we discussed a second ago. And the last one ahead of the London Open is going to be euro dollar. After the big break to the upside, move back above yearly open, huge rally, we have some kind of the light profit taking going on right now. So how to watch the euro dollar, right? Well, it might be still big range from the daily chart, meaning that we are going to retest the FOMC high. That could be the case, but don't forget, as long as we are below FOMC high, bears still got the chance. But from the intraday chart perspective, after a recent rally, as I mentioned yesterday, it might be time a little bit to switch buying the dips. So what I'm looking for, I'm going to look for a few things. I'm going to look this type of the 1-to-1. I would like to see retest of the 1270, 1280 we discussed yesterday, but there is a big but, guys. Basically, we cannot rule it out. This type of the move to the downside and retest levels close to 1220, meaning the retest levels close to yearly open. And well, so upside, I'm looking for levels close to FOMC eventually to take the partial profit, maybe even fade something to grab the opportunity to the downside short term. And from the long side, either I'm looking for 1280, 1270, or looking for some kind of a spike to the downside, maybe based on some rumors, whatever, right? And retest the yearly open again based on this particular move we've seen to the left, right? So that's how I see the things ahead of the Europe Open. Be careful, guys, don't be trapped. Well, and good luck. See you around. Take care and goodbye.